We're delighted to continue our conversation that we've had this spring around program enhancements. We've really been working through the fall to listen to our community, and then around the winter, we really moved into actual planning for implementation of what we heard from our community. So you will see throughout what we're sharing this evening a direct line to what our students, our staff, our parents, and our families told us that they wanted to have in Lawrence Public Schools. And we know that no one knows that better than those who bring their children and live and work and serve right alongside us every day. So it is so important to align all of this work together, and that's what's exciting. Just real quickly from last month, just as a review for folks that maybe didn't see it. Very good. Let me just see, where is it? There it is. Expanding preschool offerings into our neighborhood schools. Really are looking at a phased approach. And I have an email or two that I still need to respond to. Just making sure that folks understand we are doing this with our capital outlay funds that are designed to help our buildings. So the couple of classroom redesigns that will be necessary will be covered with those funds. And students who come from families where there are qualifying factors at play will be fully covered with their preschool. And students who come from families without that qualification will have a tuition. That tuition is a fraction of what the going rate for daycare is. But we are required to really just charge what it costs us. The two locations are Sunflower and Woodlawn. We already have emails coming in from parents excited to enroll their students in our preschool programming, continuing to do great work at Kennedy Early Childhood Center, that magic location, and also at New York Montessori. The research is clear about the benefits of preschool education. That is a 50-year case that's been made by the research. Secondly, really serving our support, our staff, our teachers and support staff, as well as offering more programs for students. So the flip side of that second planning time for elementary teachers will be a high-interest, hands-on, standards-aligned elementary science experience. Ms. Roberson has been working with a team of elementary teachers. We'll be bringing an update here during May, if the board is willing, really around the content of that course. It is full court press, exciting, relevant, critical thinking, and all of the pieces and parts of great science instruction. Strengthening that Jayhawk Blueprint partnership. Board members, I shared with you a couple of Fridays ago, just really a listing of the work that our high school principals are doing. They come in and sit with us every Thursday. I just appreciate their commitment, and we are opening the door to more opportunities to obtain college credit while still in high school. And we want that door to be open wide to students who may not have ever even contemplated that they might be able to get college credit during high school. So lots more to come on that initiative. Then our STEAM focus at Liberty Memorial Central Middle School, that is really based around Project Lead the Way. We've got a lot more work to do with that implementation as we get ready for 25-26, and they are implementing an additional course next year for all of our students. It's very exciting, the STEAM learning that's going on, and our data in student enrollment shows that students in our community are interested in this programming. We can already see it in our enrollment patterns. And then finally, New York Montessori, as was planned a few years ago, will continue to move up, and now we're moving into upper L is what we call it fondly, but those upper elementary grades of third, fourth, and fifth. So our Montessori classrooms will move from what I call little kids, little students, to moving into bigger kids. It's an exciting time at New York Montessori. And now for this month, we have a few more things to share. We'll also be sharing a few more announcements during the month of May. We want to keep, as Member Byers says to me often, we want to keep it moving. So there's more good stuff coming. First of all, really noting that AVID implementation that our team has been working on for a few years now will be full across the district in 2026. I think we've been on that path for a while, and it's easy to forget that next year's the year when every school is implemented. I have heard really exciting developments, not only at the showcase, but just out in the district. Lawrence High is really excited with an instructor who's coming in, who's really passionate about this work. So we're really excited about what's going on there. 2 additional elementary schools, and really moving toward that full district implementation. And if the board is willing, we'd like to bring a brief update at our next board meeting. One of the most exciting steps we're taking is around the 5th bucket in the 5 buckets of feedback from our community. And you remember, members, that was the area of thought that just was about getting our house in order with communication and frequent connections with our community, with parent engagement. And the tool that we're rolling out next is called Parent Square. In the communication tomorrow that goes out to everyone in the district, I'll put the link to their website so folks can jump over there and take a look if they'd like. But in short, what this does is it allows us to communicate real time along all of our student and school, club sponsor, classroom teacher, special education, case manager, all of those areas. At the school level, it will allow us to communicate in real time, 2-way messaging if the parent would like that, and then also a single dashboard. I should pause for a drum roll. So not 14 apps that parents are expected to get, one for band, another one for art, another one for the sports team, another one for the 3 clubs. Not all of those various apps, but all communication in one location from the school. So when you pull that page up, it lists for the parent each of their students and all of the alerts, school messages, etc., that have come in for each of their students, all on one page. So we're really excited. We know that implementation will be a process, and we're committed to that process because we're bringing lots of folks who've been accustomed to surviving out on an app into one deliverable. So I'm not painting the picture that will flip the switch and it all instantly be different, but it will be different. And we will get all of our team into this. Now, for right now, in May, the sandbox is open for play for our administrators, our building principals, and our athletic directors. And so you may be getting, for example, Quail Run got a 5th grade orientation email last week that looked a little different, and it came from Parent Square. So you will begin to see some little hints that things are changing with regard to unifying and streamlining our school to home communication. I just want to thank the board members that have led this since before I showed up, and what an honor it is to get this out on the street for our parents. It was the number among the top requests, the number 1, 2, or 3 in all of our data was streamlining that communication. Last, and this is also very exciting, more exciting than maybe it should be, but I just want to thank some students out in our high schools and in the community who got my attention around the need to get back to the MacBooks for their academic delivery. And they shared with me in great detail. I appreciate that they know how to build an argument, to make convincing points, to illustrate examples, which they've showed me and they've demonstrated for me in a variety of ways. But they were clear that to have a better college-aligned experience, they needed to have a MacBook and not the iPads anymore. So there will be a few iPads that will stay out there for specific classrooms where those apps need to occur, but all of our students, 9 through 12, for next year will move to the MacBook. So I appreciate Dr. Engelbrick and Ms. Frick who followed through on how to leverage our capital outlay funds, so no funds will be used for this implementation that can be used for classroom salaries. We can't mix those buckets of money, but we're delighted when we can support our classrooms by leveraging capital outlay to an area of need. While we're achieving that, we look forward, and Ms. Roberson and our elementary principals will be bringing forward more information during May. If the board is willing, we'll have an update on the alignment of less tech exposure for all of our students, particularly at the preschool through second grade, and in fact, members, that's moving to essentially none at school. Will be not interrupting their brain synapses with tech exposure in those early levels. We will phase that in grades 3 through 5 as would be appropriate. So that's the other side of that. So you can see right here, preschool offerings, elementary science, Jayhawk Blueprint programming strengthen our STEAM and Montessori, our district-wide AVID, our school-based communications unified with the tool of Parent Square, and equipping our high school students with MacBooks. It is a tremendous time, and I want to thank every member of our community who took their time to speak up, speak out, answer the survey, or respond in any way to us, because the data has clearly informed this path and our next steps for moving forward.